What's going on YouTube? I'm hoping everybody's having a great day. In this video, I will be explaining how to set up Tradovate. I will be explaining what it's going to look like, what I personally use, what I don't use, and I'll go through a little bit of everything just to break down the platform. It's a really super simple platform. It's way more simpler than TradingView, for instance, or NinjaTrader, right? So I personally use Tradovate with my prop firms and my personal account. So let's get right into the video, guys. If you're new to the channel, please hit that like and subscribe button. It does help the algorithms, and I appreciate it very much, guys. All right, I'm going to close my face out so y'all don't see me, so we can see the charts, guys. Let's drag this down here. All right. Now that I'm out the way, so when you open Tradovate, whether it's a personal account or through a prop firm, you're going to have multiple windows up. You'll also have this movable volume box in the way. So I like to just close everything out. At the top right of everything, there's going to be an X button that says close. Just go ahead and get rid of them. All right. So the first thing, we're going to look at this top section here. On the top left, we're going to have add modules. We can click that and you can see all the things we can add up on our picture. You have chat, accounts, reports, creator, code editor, options chain, pulse, TNS. A lot of this I do not use. I will show you the ones that I do use. But alright, so let's go to the next thing. We have alerts, we have a search bar, we have the time. Today is January the 18th, as today's Saturday, so the markets are closed. This specific account I have up here is my Apex, $300,000 in equity. You can click this if you have multiple accounts. They'll all show on here. If you're with Apex, you have 10 Apexes, they'll show you 10 Apexes. If you would take profit, they'll show all you take profits. And then they'll show you your equity. It'll show you your drawdown. So with this specific account, I have a trailing drawdown of 7,500. You can see all of it's still intact because I have not traded this account yet. You have an exit all positions. So if you have multiple charts up, you just go ahead and click this button and it will close every position on every chart that you have. You also have day margin and initial margin. Don't worry about this if you're with prop firms, because this is just specifically for your personal cash accounts. And then we have this right here, which is your application settings. We'll click that. So if you are trading a personal account, you will have to pay a subscription fee for data. The one I use for my personal account, I just use this $12 a month one. You just link a bank account, link a card to it, and you have to update it every month. It'll be actually 14 bucks, not 12. You can also go to preferences and you can change your charts from day or night or day, right? I personally prefer the light because it's easier on my eyes, and I'll show you the difference what it looks like with the charts on there. And then you have add-ons, TradingView, extended tick data history. I don't know what that is. I never used it. Tick stream is up already. You can do order flow, free indicators, all that other stuff. Group trades. If you have this is like a copy trader straight through Tradovate. So I'm not sure how well it works. I personally don't copy trade, but if it's something you're up to, then it is what it is. Transfer and payments. This is how you put money into your personal account. Alright, so let's get to the bread and butter, right? Let's get to the meat. So add modules. So the first thing we want to do is add a chart. So we're going to click it and pull it to the center. Now you could trade the ES, you could trade the NQ, you can trade the Dow, you can trade Bitcoin, whatever you like to trade, but I personally trade the NASDAQ. So we're going to type in NASDAQ, and multiple contracts come up. You have micro NASDAQ, you have regular NASDAQ, which would be the NQ. So with us being in January right now, the contract number is NQH5, which is the very top one. So I believe every 3 months or so it's going to change. So you have to look out for this H, right? This H means January. So we're going to click it, the chart's going to pop up. So now the first thing I do, I don't like this volume box because I just don't need it. Certain people like it, certain people do, but it just tells you the volume on each individual candle or bar. So I close that out. And the first thing you see that pops up, it is under bars, right? These aren't candles, these are bars. So how we change that, we go at the top left of the charts right here. It's going to say bars. We're going to click it, and we're going to do candlesticks. That's what I prefer. You can also do lines, the bid and ask. You can do Hakinashis, Rinkos, point and figure, and TPO. I don't use any of these except candlesticks. Alright, so this got this blue line right here on the charts. That is a simple moving average. It automatically pops up once you generate a chart. So we're going to go to configure chart settings, and I'm going to take this off. I don't want a simple moving average on my specific charts. That's just me personally. So what I use, I'm going to go show you in indicators. So the only things that I use, I'm going to show you is the MACD, which is under the oscillators. Now we have all these indicators you can choose from: volatility, volume-based. Sethmo and Tiki is the ones I've downloaded. So we're going to click oscillators, and I personally use the MACD. So we'll click that. I'll leave everything standard. I don't change anything, and I'll press save. So, and you see me scrolling in and out. All you need to do on your mouse is just use your little scroller. It'll widen it, close it, and then if you go over here on the points of the actual chart of the NASDAQ, this will zoom in and out of it, so you can get super close on a candle. That's how I trade. When I'm in a trade, I like to get super up and personal with the candle. That's just my personal preference, but just for the video's sake, I'm going to zoom out so we do see the whole chart. So now at the bottom of the chart right here, we can drag this up. This is the MACD. I don't keep it up when I trade. I just kind of pull it up and glance at it to see where the market's at, and then I pull it back down to the bottom so I can see my charts. You can drag it as long as you don't have this setting on here. I'm going to show you under chart settings. As long as your auto fit chart is not checked, you're capable of dragging it and it'll stay where it's at. If you have the auto fit and you drag it this way, it's going to correct it and automatically bring it back to the middle right here. I don't like that. Alright, so the next thing we want to have is the grid on. So if you see back here these horizontal and vertical lines, that's the grid. Certain people trade without them, but I like to trade with them. So I'm going to hit the grid and make sure it's up. The next thing I'm going to do is go to fills and orders. You're going to click fills and orders, and I like to just have show order lines. So what that is when you have that checked off, when you enter into a position, whether it's a short or long, it's going to put a line across, and it's going to show you where your entry level is at, and it's going to be highlighted on the right hand side of the charts of where the price of the NASDAQ is. Or if you trade ES or Bitcoin or whatever the case may be, it's going to show you your entry level. Alright, so now we go back, and I also go to price levels. We'll click price levels, and we want the last trade price, which will give us the price of the NQ or whatever asset that you're trading. It's going to show you exactly where the price is at, currently trading at, right? Then I like to do the high price, which is going to be the high of the day, not the session, but of the day, as well as the low price. So we can see the low price down here. So we got last trade price, we have high price, and low price. Now I will show you the next three indicators that I use. I only use 4 indicators. I use the MACD, as well as I use 3 exponential moving averages. So we're going to go here to moving averages. We're going to click EMA, which is exponential moving average. So I always keep my 200 period EMA as red on every every chart. That way I know it doesn't differ from chart to chart. So I know if it's a red line, it's going to be a 200 period EMA. Boom, there it is. So this takes basically an average of 200 period, and it puts it where it is neutrally on an average point. Now I'm going to go back to indicators, the top left, and I'm going to add a blue 50 period EMA. And we're just going to change this 200 to 50. Alright, we're going to save that. So now I have a blue 50 period, and I have a red 200. Now I'm going to add one more. I'm going to add a green, well, not a HMA. I actually don't know what HMA is. I'm going to add a neon green 5 period. Some people like 7. I personally prefer a 5. Alright, and I do have a video out that shows how I use these 3 EMAs to kind of make educated guesses on whether I'm going to go short at the moment or go long at the moment. Alright, so I have my exponential moving averages, I have my MACD, I have my high of the day, the last trade price, as well as the low of the day. I'm going to zoom out. Now let's go to candle size, which would be a time period. So you can do 1 day candles, you can do 1 hour candles, you can do 30-minute, 15-minute, 5-minute, and 1-minute. When I'm trading, I like to start at the day, kind of look at everything, and then make my way down. But when I make trades, I make them on 1-minute candles. And when I get in a trade, like I said, I like to pull it. I like to get up close and personal with the candle. So that's just my personal preference. Some people don't do that. You know, I'm a scalper, so I like to get up close and personal. I get in fast and I get out fast. All right, we can also draw on the charts if you want to do horizontal lines or vertical lines. So we're going to go to the left of the chart. We're going to click drawing tools. So you click horizontal, you click it, and it pulls it along. All right, so now we have what this would be considered a support line. Now we can draw a trend line with, we go to the drawing tools, we click line, and I can take this, click it once on the chart, and then I can pull it wherever I want it. Now we have our trend line. All right. See that? Awesome. And you can also, if you want to close just one line out, you double click it and you press remove, or you can change it. You can change the color. We'll do red because this will be a resistance trend line, right? It hits it and falls, it hits it and falls, it hits it and falls. And then we could draw one at the bottom here for a support. We'll just click the chart here and then pull it. And then we double click it and turn this one to green. And this will be our support trend line. Awesome, awesome, guys. Now let's see what else I can show y'all. Alright, let's go to add modules. You can add a super DOM, which I personally don't use anymore, but some people do to trade with. And you want to click this and make it to whatever asset you're trading. And this is going to show you basically where the price is at. You can drag it. It's going to show you the ask in the bid. Here's the bid, 82.75, and then the ask is at 92 and a quarter. But I don't use the DOM to trade. I'm just showing y'all what's up there. We also have T and S. And this will show you how many buys and how many sells on the market is happening at the moment. And you could change the filter to over 8 buys or whatever you want to do, right? So that's a cool feature sometimes I use. Not too often, but I do use it. On the right side of the chart, you can have a current news section. And this will, right now, I think Tradovate doing some maintenance on the website, but normally on this section right here, you'll have a bunch of like economical news, global news. I think that's about it. I will show you right here. So where it says ATM, I'm not 100% sure what that means, but I'm going to show you what it does. So you click the little settings. This is where you can set a stop loss. So anytime you enter into a trade, if you have this ATM set, let's just say take profit, you want to have your take profit, um, let's just say 40 ticks. And then you want to have your stop loss at 15 ticks. And you save it, boom. So now we turn this thing on. You can name it whatever you want. I just have this one named me. So anytime you enter into a trade, whether it's a short or a long, this ATM is automatically going to set you up a buy and a sell. That way you don't have to worry about clicking the charts and putting your stop loss. It does it for you automatically, guys. This is a pretty cool feature. Now what ticks is, 54 ticks, let's just do a simple number. 4 ticks on this chart is going to be $1. It's going to be 1 point. So if you hop in at 21,589, your take profit is going to be at 21,590. Every 4 ticks equals 1 point in the market. So it's basically every 1 tick is 25 cents. That's basically the best way I could explain it. I do have another video explaining what ticks is and how it correlates the points to dollars to quarters, right? Because anytime the market moves, it moves in an increment of 25 cents. If we zoom super in here, you can see 21,592 and a quarter, 21,592 50 cents, 21,592 75 cents, 21,593. So per every point you have 4 ticks. So that's how you're gonna press your stop loss. Sometimes I use this, sometimes I don't. So I'm gonna turn it off is what I'm gonna do. Alright. I think I covered just about the basics of how I personally set the chart up. Now you can also set another chart as well. You can do a micro NASDAQ, and you could make one smaller than the other. Say if you want to do a 1 hour chart here to kind of give you a broader sense of what the market's doing, and then you're just trading on the 1 minute. That's kind of what I do sometimes. Or sometimes I'll have 3 charts up, and let's just say I'll have an hour on this one, and then a 30-minute on the middle, and then I'll trade over here on the right, which is a 1 minute candle. So you can kind of get a broader scope of the market and what it's doing. So that's a cool feature as well. You're showing basically what the market's doing on different time frames, guys. And then you can also put them up here. You drag them, you hold them and drag them. And so now you have all 3 charts, but you just click each individually one, and it pops up on the full screen, guys. Alright, I think that's about it. And if you want to remove stuff, you just go right here to configure chart elements, and then you can just close everything out. So we close that out, and say I want to get rid of all my drawings. We go back to the drawing tool, and we go to remove all drawing objects. Boom! And we're done. Now we're back to just a blank slate, basically. You got your high, your low, and your last trade price right there, guys. Well, that's going to be the conclusion of the video. I hope it was informational. I hope I answered some questions that you may have been having. If you do have any questions, don't don't hesitate to shoot them in the comment box for me. If I do have the knowledge, I will answer it to the best of my capabilities, and if I don't know it, I will research and I will get back to you with an answer, guys. Alright, well, y'all enjoy y'all Saturday, and I appreciate y'all watching the video, guys. If you're new to the channel, once again, please hit that like and subscribe button. It does help the algorithms, and I appreciate it very, very, very much. And I'll see y'all this week on the market, guys. Y'all have a great day. Peace.